sorry. Okay, are we on yet? Are we on Facebook yet? This is the question. Okay. I think we're on now. Let's see. See what's going on here. Okay. Okay, everyone, and here we are again. Quarantine life this time. We're not here for COVID-19 Iron Chef. I do not have my chef coat on, unfortunately. I will not be cooking for today. Excuse me, I had a phone call on while I called in. But I will be back next Tuesday. Hopefully, I'm going to see if I can do some kind of a dessert this time. Something nice, quick, easy, and delicious, of course. Always has to be delicious. So, I guess we'll get started with today. Today is Quarantine Life with me, Chef Felix. And what I'm going to be covering, because I'm running out of a lot of ideas, next week I may sing, so you're going to be in a lot of trouble then. I have a lot of kitchen tools and equipment. I figured I'd go over that with you. This way I'd give you some tips on what you want to have in your kitchen and what might be helpful. Then I also have local restaurant news, what's going on with some of the restaurants. Some is from last Tuesday, some is some new stuff. But we want to keep everybody up to date with what's going on with places to eat around Long Island. It's very important. These people sacrificed a lot, and they're really suffering, some of them. Some of them are doing a lot of humanitarian things. So I figure it would be best to kind of start a network. I've been calling them for, I don't know, since we started this. And, excuse me for a moment. Since we started this, I've been calling up places that have been on the show. And they really appreciate me keeping everybody up to date on what's going on. Okay, so I want to say hello to Vito Montalto, right? Or is that Montalto Jr.? Hello, Vito. How are you? I can't read it that well. It's Vito Montalto. Seems like a new listener. Vito, thanks for watching. I hope you really appreciate this show, Quarantine Life. But we also have another show, COVID-19, every Tuesday at 12:30, where I will cook a dish. Okay, hopefully with whatever I have. So that's an interesting show. And of course we have Cutie Pie, Joan Cruppy Asher. Okay, telling me that I'm on. Thank you, Joan. I appreciate that. And then some of the other people coming on. We have Charles Myers. It says, Chef, can you teach my wife to make toast? She keeps burning it. Yeah, I guess we could try and do that. If you have a toaster with numbers, don't go too high on that. You want to go like maybe in the middle of the road or a little less than the middle of the road on the numbers on that. If you have a toaster oven like I have, put it on, watch it. After a minute, watch it toast, see if it gets kind of light. You could do that. So that's all I can really recommend. This is the 21st century. They should have toasters that can probably toast something really good. So you could do that. Other than that, in the old days, they used to take a cast iron pan, put some butter in it, and put a slice of bread and toast it that way. But then again, you might risk burning that even more so than using a toaster. We got my favorite, Taz, the resident artist. I always like to say, live long and prosper to Taz, because she does my favorite show, is Star Trek. Amongst others, she called me one time about a show called It Takes a Thief, and wanted to know if I knew about it. Taz, there's nothing I don't know about 60s TV, just to let you know, and my wife can confess to that, because I'm still stuck in the 60s. But yeah, It Takes a Thief starred Robert Wagner. Great show, great show. Great character that he played. I was only maybe 8 when it came out, 7 years old, and I loved the show. It was actually for a little more of a mature audience, but he was great. Robert Wagner is very good at being the sophisticated, cool type of James Bondish type of character, and it had a nice twist. He was a thief that the CIA hired him for in order to steal either secret information or something from the enemy, which back then was the Russians, and it was a really good show. So that kind of made my day, Taz, when you asked me that question. If you have any more, if anybody has any more questions on shows during the '60s, please let me know. Give me a message. I'll be happy to answer that question. Okay. So Charles Myers, I hope he's enjoying that last thing that I said. He said he really needed that. I guess about that laugh from his wife, about his wife burning toast. Believe it or not, I even burn toast sometimes. My wife likes her toast very light, and I tend to go a little over on that myself. So even the professionals can burn toast. So don't feel bad, Charlie Myers' wife. Okay. I said hello to some people that already came on, but we'll be saying hello to others. Greg DiFilippo, thank you for watching. We already got Taz. Hopefully there'll be more people watching us. But for now, I think before we really get started with everything, because there's a lot to go over here, and equipment and other utensils that I have, I'm going to go through the local restaurant news first. And then also, I'm drinking my Montoro Cafe coffee from Bob T. Johnston in West Virginia. He has an online coffee business that's our sponsor called Montoro Cafe, Monotoro Cafe, Caffe. You could go on MontoroCafe.com, or actually you could go on Bob at MontoroCafe.com, and he's giving out free samples during this time. And it's really good coffee. It's Arabica beans. It's 100% Colombian. Comes in a nice vacuum packed bag. It gets roasted upon when you order it. It's delicious. I recommend everyone during this crisis, why not get a sample, try it out. If you like it, hey, it comes to your house. You don't have to stay online or anything in a supermarket to get coffee. Or hopefully if a Starbucks is near you that's open or not. You probably may want to go back to the ground days of coffee. But in fact, that kind of reminds me. I have one thing right here that I do put his coffee in that I love. It's called a coffee roast. It's a roaster. Okay, I don't know if anybody has seen this. They usually, you'll see in like in old coffee houses that used to be around. Okay, or in the movies, in a Turkish scene, you'll see something like this, except this is a little more modern. This is called the roaster, and I love it. Ken Pichelle, how are you? Great to see you. Great to hear you. Great to see that you're watching. I'm gonna actually, Ken, I missed your quarantine life. In fact, I didn't even know you were on, and I'm going to tonight probably go over and watch your quarantine live show. I hear it was really good. I'm sure it was. And that's it. So I have here a nice coffee roaster, and what I do is I put my Montoro Cafe coffee. I'm going to take this apart now, okay? This is what presses, it's a coffee press actually, do they call it. This is what presses your coffee down into the hot water and gives it strength, okay? Okay, what I usually do is I fill this cylinder. Okay, I keep this little doohickey in, okay, because that seals the whatever it is, like the beans or whatever, or the grounds, excuse me. It helps seal them from entering into the coffee once it's pressed. Usually with coffee roasters, you want to get a more coarse ground, okay? If you have a coffee grinder that has different levels on there, you want to go with something that says French roast. I think that's the one that you want. I'm not quite sure. Luckily, the one here that my wife purchased, I could put probably any kind of ground coffee in here, and it's not going to get into my water. I don't know how she came upon it, but it's a great feature. So what you do is you put your coffee scoops in here. This usually takes about 8 cups of coffee right here. So I would do that, and then I would fill it with hot water. Okay, usually from my Krups, or whatever you call it, the Keurig machine. Or if you have a pot boiling water from a teapot, you put that in here. Okay, then you would place this on top okay? And you're not gonna press it down right away. What you're gonna do is you're gonna wait. I usually wait about 10 minutes or so for all that hot water and the coffee to infuse. And then when you press it, you go nice and slow down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, okay, until all of that ground coffee gets pressed down at the bottom, and all of that infusion and everything just comes right out into the it gets brewed, like, so to speak, comes out into the water, into the hot water, and you get a great cup of coffee with that. You could take it outside with you, that little roaster, have your cup of coffee out there, and you could pour it. I mean, it's more than just a cup. I really enjoy it. I recommend that to anybody. I do have a little Mr. Coffee when I want to brew also. But I prefer that if I can. It's really not too much trouble. It's actually easier than normal. Okay, what do we got here? We got Ken says it's a French press. Yes, it's a French press, or some people call it well, not so much coffee roast, but you're right. I tried to stand corrected. It is I call it a coffee press. Some people don't like to add the word French in there, but it's a French press. You could say that. Darren Dillon, very new, watching the show. Hello, Darren. How are you? I might have even spoken to Darren. Darren is a comedian, I believe. Okay, Charlie Myers. They're only burnt after we have. Uh-oh, here we go. Charlie's getting a little dirty now. You're saying that his toast only gets burnt after he has sex with his wife. Charlie, come on, we're trying to keep this a family show. But I guess that would be one way of burning toast. Okay, so what else we got going on here? Okay, we got here. Greg D. Football says Charlie likes his toast like he likes his women. Very funny, very funny, very funny. Okay, I have no Jeff Bozy pinups behind me. Unfortunately, I guess, I never really got close to Jeff in that way. But you never know. After the coronavirus, maybe Jeff will come on the show and he'll bring a pinup of himself, so we could keep that around for whatever reasons. Okay. Okay, so I think we got most people here to say hello to. I'm just going to get into the restaurant news now, and then we're going to get into all these exciting things here that I just love to show off. Okay. If you love mac and cheese, which everybody does, Mac and Melts in Garden City, okay, right on Stewart Avenue, right off into one of those shopping centers. I think it's the one where the Burlington Shopping Center is. In fact, I know it. That's it. Across from Roosevelt Field, the entrance, from 12 to 8. Okay, he is open. So 12 to 8, you can call up. Call up the restaurant, place your order. They have curbside pickup, or you could go in the store and pick it up yourself. If you want anything delivered, he does have Uber, Grubhub, and probably all the other ones as well. Great mac and cheese. The guy was nominated for one of the best mac and cheeses on Long Island. I loved when he was on the show. He did a short rib mac and cheese, which was out of this world. Of course, he has the usual lobster and everything, but he does other things with mac and cheese. Like I said, like the short ribs and other stuff, which is really delicious. Okay, so that's him. Okay, Sweetie's Candy Cottage in Huntington, right on 25A. Okay, she's open for business. She will do, make sure you call ahead, she will do a curbside pickup. Okay, now Mother's Day's coming up. I guess if you want candies or anything else, give her a call. Okay, she should be open. Okay, that's where I left her last time. That's the news she gave me. All right, Pita Pit. Pita Pit is a new place that opened up in Hauppauge. Very healthy. A lot of pita sandwiches, a lot of the salads, things like that. Go give them a chance. Not a chance, but go to them because they're good. So Pita Pit in Hauppauge, 812 Wheeler Road. They're open Monday to Saturday from 12 to 8. Okay, pick up or take out. They do also do Grubhub and DoorDash. Okay, if you have anything in a group, which I doubt, but they'll do a lunchbox catering as well. Um, you can also go online and order there on peterpit.com. Okay, Sweet Peace in Lynbrook. Okay, right on Atlantic Avenue. Nice bakery. They do a lot of specialty items and stuff. They were on our show. They had amazing, amazing cupcakes and amazing donuts as well. Okay, they're open just on Saturday. They're taking orders now for Mother's Day, like for special Mother's Day cakes or anything like that. So give them a call, and then you could go there and pick it up. They're open on Saturday only. So now what you want to do is you want to give them a call right now, being we're very close to the weekend, if there's anything that you want for Mother's Day. Okay, with that said, next door there is one of my favorite things is Lynbrook Bagels, okay, with our buddy Mike. Mike is co-hosted the show with me, and what he's doing is he's delivering on weekends. He has a special, let me see if I can find it. He has a special, yeah, here it is. He has a special online thing that he opened up. It's called Lynbrook Bagels Express, okay? It does deliveries on weekends. So you go there and you order off of that online, and they'll take stuff for Mother's Day. I would probably maybe even do it now, and then they'll deliver it, okay, which is great. He's a great guy, hard-working guy again. Everybody here is hard-working. They've been on the show. You guys should know them. So that's what you want to do. You want to go to. You could get your dessert at Sweet Peace next door, and then get your bagels and whatever he's offering for the weekend. You could get that delivered to your house. Okay, hello, Richard Burke. Richard Burke, great guy. He's part of the duo guitar team that's been on I think it was called B Squared. We hope to have you again, Mike. Excuse me, hope to have you again, Richard. Him and his wife do a great job. They did, last show they did was our Christmas show, and they were real good. They're real troopers. They wore the leis, and they wore the little Santa hats and everything like that. And he loves what he does. Okay, he's a lawyer by trade, but he sings, and him and his wife are really good. And he also writes his own tunes too. I think if you go on YouTube, I think he's on there. So look him up, B Squared, Richard Burke. Great guy, great guy. And then he says, "Hey Chef, glad you're well." And Richard, I'm glad you're doing well. You and your wife and all of your family, your grandchildren and everything. May God bless you. And again, great. Thanks for watching. All right, everybody out there, if you want to share, please share this show right now, so we can get the word out about not just with me. It's not an ego thing with me, but a thing for governors. Let's get more exposure for governors. The better we do, the better it is for everybody here. Go to teespring.com, order some swags, okay, to support us. We'd appreciate that. Teespring.com. You could get a mug with this mug on it, or actually my caricature on it, and you could get a nice T-shirt with my caricature on it. That would actually be pretty cool. I would like to see that. Take a picture and let us know, and so that we know that you're out there doing it. Okay, so we did Peter Pit, we did Sweet Peace, we got Twizzlers Tasty Treats. Okay, you could go online for that. They have a website. They also are on Facebook. They make amazing truffles. Okay, all different types of flavors. So you could order those, and she'll probably ship it out to you or whatever. I think she's moved to Central Iceland. Okay, Pop This New York. Okay, Pop This New York is probably one of my wife's favorites. They have delicious flavored popcorn. They're amazing. Everybody loves it. They have a wine and garlic popcorn. They have all different types. They have a fruity popcorn. There's so many more of that, but I can't really go into it. Go online to Pop This New York. You can place an order. They ship anywhere in the country. So you don't have to be on Long Island to enjoy it. So I would definitely do that. Go to Pop This New York and get an order shipped to you. As long as you're in quarantine, what the hell, man? Get like 3 or 4 different flavors and save them for those great Netflix picks or whatever you have to watch the movies in. Definitely do that. Okay, After that, we have Sweet to Lick. It's a vegan bakery, so all you vegans out there, Sweet to Lick in Williston Park, 78 Hillside Avenue, 516-385-8833. I believe that they're open for curbside pickup and everything. So you could try them, give them a call first. But they also do online. You can go online and order their vegan cookies. And again, this gets the vegan cookies you can order. They can ship anywhere in the United States. So I would give them a call. They're delicious. There's really no difference sometimes between the vegan baked product and the regular baked product. It's just that it's healthier, okay, which is great. So you want to do that. Okay, a little brittle Heaven, who's been on the show. He makes almond brittle, delicious. He's an online business as well. Call them, a little brittle Heaven. Okay, go say hello to Vito or talk to him. Say hello to Vito. But Vito owns the company. He started it to help his son out and become more aware of autism out there. So a lot of his stuff goes to autism and different charities. Last time, he was donating a lot. He was looking for donations and doing a lot of different things for St. Joseph's Hospital, okay, here on the island. And what he's doing, he's working towards getting gift cards to give all to the first responders and all the hospital workers and everything else out there. So gift cards to restaurants and stuff. He has a GoFundMe page as well. So Vito, kudos to you. There's a man that has done something good, a great humanitarian on Long Island. Another great humanitarian is Dang Barbecue. Dang Barbecue in Islip, okay, and in Seaford. Okay, Anthony does a great job at that Dang Barbecue. What can I say? He's been on the show twice. His food is delicious. You could go there. They have a takeout or delivery. They also have a section called ready to heat section. Okay, where you could go. You could get family meals or individual meals. It's where their dining room used to be. They have it all there. You can go pick out whatever you want. The more you pick, the cheaper it's going to be, believe it or not. So I would recommend that. You can go to www.dangbarbecue.com, see what's going on there. Okay. Another thing is, or you can actually message them on Facebook. Another thing that Dang does is if you know anyone that's in need, any elderly people or anybody that can't afford, food at this time, having problems, they're sick. If you call Dang Barbecue, tell them the situation, they will deliver food to that person, okay, at no charge. That's what kind of guy he is, all right? So if you call, Anthony is the owner. I'm sure he may not be there. He's probably directing a lot of things. But that's what Dang's doing. Dang is a great place. They do a lot for the community. In fact, I think Anthony's even on the Chamber of Commerce in Iceland. All right, so you got that there. Next, another guy who we love is Marcus. Marcus at Satellite Pizza. Now he's open 7 days. Okay, he's over in Bayport. He's open 7 days. He's doing a lot of donating to the local hospitals, EMTs, things like that. He started a GoFundMe page as well. Okay, Marcus is a great guy. Go see him. He got excellent Italian food and pizza. Okay, if you're in that area, definitely go get some. All right, you could call 24 hours ahead of time. You could get a 40-inch pizza. Okay, big as a Roman shield. Great. All right, so we got that. All right, next we have. Make sure I got it right here. I'm losing my voice. Next we have TJ's Heroes in Mastic Beach. Okay, TJ's Heroes in Mastic Beach. He's open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 9 to 6. Okay, folks, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. He's closed on Wednesdays and Sundays. He'll serve breakfast from 9 to 12. Okay, he's doing curbside pickup and delivery will be through Uber or Grubhub. Okay, excellent heroes. While I was a chef over in the Masterpiece School District, I went to him a couple of times, if not more than that. Had his heroes. They're delicious. They're tremendous. He was going to be on the show, but then everything happened. But we're going to get him on the show as soon as this whole thing is over. Great guy. He's even He's opening up a couple more places. I think in Patchogue, and maybe I forget where. Center Reach possibly. But you definitely want to do that. Okay, next. Everybody remembers I did a show with dogs. The Canine Shop. Okay, in Massapequa, and they're also in Bohemia. Okay, so let's not forget the little furry guys. Okay, they have a pickup where they'll come right to your trunk, and they will put whatever your order is on there. Okay, if you don't want to go into the store. So that's the Canine Shop over in Massapequa and in Bohemia. Go see them. All right, my buddy James at the Huntington Humidor. Don't really know what's going on there, but he wants everybody to go on the website so that you can get emails and they'll tell you what's going on, whether they're going to be opening or whatever else that they have planned. Okay, then another buddy of mine who's been on the show. In fact, he's a great belly dancer if you remember that episode. We have Spiro from Simply Greek Delicious in Wantor, right off of Wantor Avenue. He works every day except Mondays. Okay, so it's Tuesday through Sunday, and they have curbside pickup, I believe, and deliveries as well. So you definitely want to check them out. They're 1274 Wantor Avenue, and they do all deliveries and orders. Excellent. He's got great food. Okay, next, Wally's Bagels here in North Babylon. Delicious. I've been to them. They got a great system for curbside pickup. They're open from 9 to 2. You call up, place your order, pay for it. They give you a phone number to call and the number on your order. Like let's say your order number 92. You pull up, you dial that number, say I'm here, order 92. They come out, give you the food, and you're on your way. What's better than that? They got it down pat. Okay, a couple more, or not more, but we got some more here, folks. All right. Okay, Hopwinds Brewery in Bayshore. Okay, now we're getting to really important stuff here. Alcohol. From Wednesday to Sunday, curbside pickup at Hopwinds Brewery. Okay, deliveries only on weekends, so you could get your fresh brewed Hopwinds brew delivered to you on Saturday and Sunday. How's that? That was great. That's great. So you want to go online, you want to give them a call, order what you need. They'll tell you, I guess if you want to go curbside, if you're in the area, in the delivery area, they'll do that as well. Okay, Zorns of Bethpage. Great food. Best fried chicken on Long Island, nominated and won. Okay, open daily, 12 to 7 p.m. They got a great system. It's a touchless curbside pickup. All right, so you want to go there, give them a call, do it for your vicinity. All right, what else we got here? Oak Chalet, I don't know if they're open yet. They were hoping to be open for Mother's Day. I don't think that's going to happen, but I will find out. Or it might be too late for that. Okay, Liberty Links in Baldwin makes his own sausages, his own hot dogs, delicious. He does deliveries through DoorDash and Grubhub. They also do curbside pickup, Monday to Saturday from 12 to 8. Okay, Maui Chop House out in Rocky Point. I'm going to have to make this quick. They're running a 15% off curbside pickup on all their orders. They're open Wednesday to Saturday from 4 to 8. Okay, you can give them a call at 631-849-1620. Tulip Bake Shop in Floor Park. They were on the show during our St. Patrick's Day. Breads are excellent. I can't tell you, the baking products are really good. So Tulip Bake Shop is open. I believe they open up like 7 o'clock in the morning. So you can definitely go there. All right. So what else we got here? We got Wally's Bagels. We got that. Okay. Now we have also these last three here. Winnie's in Amityville. Winnie's, she's basically a comfort soul food type place. Delicious. She's open from Monday to Saturday from 12 to 10. They're doing curbside pickup. They're also doing Uber and DoorDash as well. Winnie's Delicious Ribs, Delicious Fried. She was on the show back last June 13th, almost a year ago. We're going to have her on again. Great woman. She loves her job. She loves everything about food. Her food was delicious. She makes this pasta with shrimp meal. She makes, or anything else you want. Rasta pasta it's called. But they also do ribs. You could get them roasted. You could get them deep fried. Anything you want. And she makes great sweet potato pie, banana pudding, anything like that. Delicious. Mac and cheese. Everything is good. Okay. Then we have the Starving Artists in Franklin Square. They're open Tuesday to Saturday from 4 to 7. Takeout, curbside. That's it. Okay. So from 4 to 7, if you're in that vicinity, Franklin Square, call them up. Go get your order curbside from 4 to 7 from Tuesday to Saturday. Okay. Last but not least, we have the Chocolate Duck. Chocolate Duck in Farmingdale. They do bakery and they do excellent confectionery stuff. They're open, especially you got Mother's Day coming up. You want to give them a call. Anything special for Mother's Day. They're open Monday, Monday to Saturday from 12 to 4. Curbside pickup. They'll do local delivery and shipping also possibly, depending on what the product is. Just go online. They're taking Mother's Day orders now. It's not too late. Get in touch with them on the Chocolate Duck. They were on the show. They do an excellent job. They make chocolate covered bacon that's delicious. Absolutely sinful, of course. So I would definitely recommend them. And then last but not least, tonight, okay, after Quarantine Life at 6:30, we have Soul Space with Georgia Rose. Then after that, with our man Graz from Limo Talk at 9 o'clock. So that should keep you busy. Then tomorrow, it all starts over again with Knock 'em Dead at 11. Okay, and on the weekends, we got some great stuff going on. As you know, we got the New Day. I believe Tom Galati is still doing his car show. I may be wrong. And, of course, my favorite is Pazuzu, okay, with Don Sill. Okay, Pazuzu with Don Sill. Great show, very professional. Guy is tremendous with graphics. And his guests are really good. There's some really good guests. He's a funny guy. Okay. I might have lost some people after all that. Okay, now we're going to get into the show. And I don't think I have much more time. I got maybe a half hour, maybe 40 minutes. Okay. So, I'm a chef. I collected some various equipment, I guess, in my life. There's certain things, standards and equipment that I always want. Okay, and hopefully this will educate everyone out there. So if you want to take notes or you have any messages or any questions, let me know. Okay, so where do you start? Where do you start as a chef? When I went to chef school, the first thing they started was telling us about the tools and what we use, our equipment. All right, so we got here, we're going to start off first with pots, and then we're going to get into our knives and other equipment that we use. So I'm going to have to breeze through this, okay? So right here, we'll take the first item. Okay, I like stainless steel. Obviously, your best is copper, but it's very expensive. That's the best heat conductor is copper. Aluminum, but aluminum pots tend to get beat up and everything else. But nice stainless steel is great. This is a Cuisinart set that I have. What I like about it is you want to look for something like this that is nice bolted so it doesn't loosen. All clad is similar to this, but probably more expensive. So this is what you would call a sauce pot. You want to, do your stirring, you do your sauces in there. Inside, they even have cups. It goes up to, this is a 3-cup pot. And it says so right there. It goes from 1, 2, and 3 cups. Okay. French, you call this a rousse. This is what I use. I always call it a rousse. Okay, there's different sizes. So this would be your rousse. Okay. Then, after that, you have what's called a rondeau. This is a rondeau. Okay, this is where you're going to do all your braising, all your stews, whatever else. A lot of bakers use this for different sauces, maybe like pâte de choux or whatever. And there's the two handles here. There's a cover to it. You would, do all of your frying and whatever else in here. You're sauteing. Then you add your liquid, put the cover on it, and stick this in the oven because you're going to braise. This is what you use for braising. Okay, so we got that. All right, next. I'm not going to show you everything. Obviously, it's stock pot or whatever. Next is a regular, what people would probably call a frying pan. Okay, but this is a saute pan. This is, the French would call this a sauterne. Okay, if you notice it's not too high up, you would saute different things in here. You can saute your fish, your chicken, your vegetables. This is a small one, but obviously they come in different sizes. So this is called the sauterne. Okay, remember saute means to dance, so it has the lower sides to it. Okay, which is strictly just for sauteing. That would be it. Okay, our next pan, okay, would be my favorite, which I like, because it's a combination of everything. So let me put this back. It's called a sautoir. This is a sautoir. You see, it's similar to a sauterne, but the sides are deeper on here. Plus, you have a nice little handle here. Okay, what's nice about a sautoir is if you want to braise something quick, or you're making something that has a lot of liquid in it, and you don't want it to flow all over the place, you use the sautoir. Okay, like I would, if I was making, I could have made this with my chicken and rice on Tuesday, or roast pollo, but I didn't. But you could use this. It's called a sautoir. It's one of my favorite things. You put it in the oven. Okay, always remember it's hot, so you need something to grab at it once it goes in the oven. But this is called a sautoir. Okay, very good. I love the sautoir. That's Chef Felix's favorite pan. Okay, other than that, I like cast iron as well. Although I don't have any cast iron, I used to, but through my divorce and some moves, I kind of lost it. I like to get like cast iron. I like to get also the flat grill, so you can grill your salmon and your steaks on, and then turn it over and make your pancakes and fajitas meat on there as well. Okay. Yes, John, it's nice that on the roost that they have the measurements on there. It's very helpful. You don't need to get your measuring cup. All you can do is you just read the line and it'll tell you exactly what it is. All right. One thing I love to cook with, which when I worked for St. Vincent's Hospital, the city, we had a lot of Asian patients. Okay, we used to make congee for them, and we had a professional wok put in. And that was an incredible, probably one of the best cooking machines is a wok setup. You got two rocket-powered flames going, okay, and with the wok itself, the wok is a very perfect cooking. It's like the shark of cooking, cooking utensils or whatever you want, not utensils, cooking equipment, okay. So this is the wok I like. I use it, it's a good size, okay. What's good about, when you want to go for a wok, obviously you want to you don't want it to be round all around, because with our ovens here, you have an electric oven, so you want it nice and flat, and even gas, you want it to have a nice flat, right there, nice little flat bottom, and it makes it nice and easy when you toss your stuff in there. But what I like about the wok, again, is it's a perfect cooking equipment, piece of equipment right here. Everything, all these sides, it envelops, and so much faster. You could actually deep fry in this. You could boil whatever you want in this piece of equipment here. So that's the wok that I like. Okay, next, what do we got next? Next, we're gonna get into knives and spatulas and stuff like that. All right, what I do in my kitchen, you have all your stuff in drawers and everything else, and it's just a mess. You gotta like sometimes the drawer will collapse because you got so much in it. What I did was I went to, and this is something I learned in cooking school. Cooking school we used to use a bain marie, but bain maries are very costly, and there's really no use for unless you have a steam table in your kitchen, or you're gonna do something like that. Bain marie is one of those cylindrical bucket-looking things that you would put in a steam table. People will get soup and sauces out of. That's a bain marie. But what I did was I just went to the dollar store and I got myself a little bucket like this. And as you see here, I put all my cooking utensils in here, knives and other things, right next to my stove. So when I want something, I just grab it and it's there. It's a great thing to do. Saves a lot of time. I have this thing pretty full here. I have various items in here which I'll go over. But the one thing, as far as before we get into knives, that I always use and every good cook uses is a good pair of tongs like this. They come in different sizes, but the tongs are really an extension of our hands when we cook. We can use it to pull things out of the oven. After a while, you just learn to naturally use tongs to help you with anything cooking. You can turn the product in the pan without burning your fingers, anything like that. So the tong and the rag are probably your most important utensils for being a chef. Okay, with that said, let's go over our knives. Okay, so what do I have here? I have a chef knife right here. This is a Dexter. You could go to any restaurant supply store and get this. All right, this is a Dexter. What I like about the Dexters, they're not expensive knives, but they have like this nice rubber handle. That's a good grip. So when you cut and you slice, it's good to go. This is different sizes. Okay, this is I think a 6-inch. This is maybe like a 7 or 8-inch knife. That's what I have, and that's what I use for regular. It's a chef knife, so I use it for cutting vegetables or other things. I don't use it for butchering or anything like that. I have different knives for that. So this is what you would use for normal, like cutting of vegetables or any kind of prep work that you have. So you would use these, the chef knife. Okay, so with that, we have also these knives right here. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Like I said, for certain things, you want to use certain knives. This here is a fillet knife, okay? It's been with me since cooking school. It's a great knife, and you use this to debone fish, okay? And strictly for fish, really, you would use this, called the fillet knife. Why? Because the blade is very flexible, if you notice. See how I'm doing that? Okay, because what you want to do, sometimes you want to get underneath the bone and you cut this way, okay, with fish. So this is a very important knife when you want to use it for fish. Very important. Okay, got that. Next one is my boning knife. This is another knife I've had since cooking school. A boning knife. This is great for butchering. Gives you more control with the way the blade is. You could go softly along a bone and take the flesh off the bone. Great for deboning chicken, turkeys, any kind of fowl, ducks. When you want to marchiner means you want to take, like, let's say on a chop, you want to clean the bottom with the bone. It's great for that. It's great for cutting your steaks, anything like that. Any kind of butchering, this boning knife is tremendous. I love it. This is one of my other favorites right here, the boning knife. All right, so we got that. All right, what else we got here? Another thing that's always good to have is a bread knife. Okay, this one is nice. It's got serrated edges right here, perfect for breads, bagels. You can even use this for certain carving too as well. But this is what I like, a nice bread knife. It's nice and long. When you slice stuff, bread, you have no problem with this knife whatsoever. Okay, got that. Next we have this is a long knife. This is what I had since cooking school. It is my knife that I use to cut roasts. So it'd be my slicing knife. So when I want to cut roasts or carve, a carving knife basically, this is what I use. Perfect. And I keep all this stuff sharp. All my knives with steel. Okay, I have a diamond steel sharpener right here. All you do is just go down like this, and you get the blade going. Great. I love that knife. Okay, next, you need yourself a good paring knife. This is going to be good also when you cut vegetables, or if you want to carve vegetables or anything like that. So this is my paring knife. Okay, it's a global knife. Global is a manufacturer of knives. They're very good. What I like about them, they have a nice handle. They have these grips on there. This is a really nice sharp paring knife. I love it. I got it for a Father's Day gift a long time ago from my son, and I always keep it with me. Very nice. Okay. Another thing is I got this. What else did I get? I'm into a lot of different cultures and everything like that. So another perfect, besides the wok, another perfect cutting instrument is a cleaver. Okay, and this is a cleaver I got from Chinatown a long time ago. I think I was about 20 years old. It's carbon steel, which is perfect. I went into Chinatown in New York City, and I purchased this for maybe like $10 at the time. Not even. It's heavy. It's got a great handle on it. It's great for just whacking chicken. If you want to dissect the chicken, you just whack it at the joint, whatever, the legs, the thighs, everything will come right off. You could use it to bang stuff down, like garlic. You could bang garlic and mush garlic that way. Slicing, you could carve with this. You could do anything you want with one of these. This is a cleaver. I love it. Again, a perfect cutting machine. And if you go to most Chinese takeout places, you're going to see this exact cleaver right there, because that's where they get it from here, from Chinatown. So it's carbon steel also, which is great. You have to be careful though; it's a little more corrosive than regular stainless steel. So, all right, how are we doing so far? All right, is anyone out there? I don't know if anyone out there is still listening, but we're gonna proceed more. Okay, so that's our knife section. I could probably go into more, but I don't really think it's good. Trying to breeze through some of this stuff here. All right, as far as utensils, like what you want to use, but before that, we have our thermometer, which is important. These are regular thermometers you could get anywhere. You'll see these in most kitchens. There's a hole right here where you can just place it into liquid or into meat. Right there, as you can see, very easy thing to use. It'll give you all the readings, all the safe zone readings, everything else. Sometimes they tend to get off balance, so you have to recalibrate it. If you recalibrate it, you can either go a couple of ways. You could boil water, okay, and I think boiling water is at like 138, so you can drop your thermometer in there if it reads that, and it's good. Or you could put, you could go for freezing temperature. You could put ice in a glass of water, put the thermometer in there, see if it reaches the 32, and then you just adjust it. If you notice there's some kind of nut here, and this has a little wrench device that you can put over to move the needle to its proper calibration. Okay. All right. So, what's important? Spatulas are important. Okay, if you make omelets or anything, you can use a spatula like this. I prefer to use wooden tools like this. Okay, when I cook. It's no difference. I like to use this. This is good for eggs and other things. This I can use with my saute. Usually I don't really need it. I just do it in a motion. Okay, got that. Another interesting thing is a fork. Okay, a fork. What is a fork? You could do it to grab your meats and stuff like that. But what this is important for me, why I use a fork, is when I make rice. Okay, once the rice is made, the proper procedure in French culture, or French cooking, is to take that rice, put it in a bowl, take your fork, and just run it through the rice. They call that engrenier. Engrenier will make your rice nice and loose. It won't make it stick or anything like that. It does a great job in separating the rice. So that's why they use the fork. Okay. All right. Another spatula that I use is, people don't really know what this is. This is a fish spatula. This cradles your fillet and you cook so it doesn't break apart. I don't know if any of you have ever had that problem with fish, but it'll break apart. But this one I actually purchased in a Walmart. Okay, it's a Martha Stewart fish spatula. Why pay a lot of money? I've had this for probably about 20 years now. Okay, I bought it when I first went to cooking school. Everybody was envious of me, even the French teachers, because they know this is a great spatula for the fish. And that's what you want. It's called the fish spatula. Okay, it cradles the fish. It's, I don't know if you see, it's a little bent a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Alright, we got some other little spatulas. This is the best spatula you can get for doing pancakes, anything. It's heavy, hamburgers, flipping hamburgers, anything like that. You could get any of these things into. Why spend money going to like a Williams Sonoma? You can go to any restaurant, supply place and get these. I even bought myself 2 little spatulas, which are great. If you make brownies or you make a dish in a small casserole, you could cut it. You got nice sides here. You could cut it and then just scoop it out. It's great. All right. Moving along really quick here. My wife went to the store and bought this particular. It's a great spatula for when you cook chopped meat. Okay. What you do is you keep on going like this and you separate the meat. So if you want to make great sloppy joes or tacos or anything like that, this is a great tool to have. Okay, it breaks up all your meat and stuff when you cook it. It's great. I don't know what they call it, but go to a store and look for something that looks like that, and you'll have great sloppy joes and tacos. Okay, another thing, you always want to get yourself a nice slotted spoon. Okay, that and a regular spoon. What do we got here? Where is my regular spoon? One that doesn't have slots in it. Where are we? Here we go. All right. There you go. These are right here are very important to have. I accumulated so many from cooking school. I don't know how I ended up with 4 different ones. All right, we got that. Obviously, you want to get yourself a nice. This is a 2-ounce ladle or dipper. Okay, this will measure out 2 ounces. This is good for any uses you have. You want to make pancakes. Not a big one, but you can make yourself some nice little silver dollar pancakes with it, or you can go do it twice, have bigger pancakes. When you melt butter and you want to scoop it into your pan, this is great tool to have. All right, I always like this size, and this will hang on your rack. I have a nice rack here that I use. All right, got that. And another item I got is something called a spoodle. All right, and this is, let's see, how many ounces is this? This is a 4-ounce spoodle. So if you're measuring for dietary reasons or anything like that, one little spoodle is 4 ounces. So that would help you get into a measuring type of mode. Okay, so we got this here. All right, how are we doing, folks? We're getting there. All right, so real quick, we're going to get into tools that you use for what they call garde-manger. Garde-manger means, like, you're going to prep stuff. They're usually the salad guy, or they do a lot of this intricate, artistic type stuff. All right, what I have here is when I want a lemon, I want to squeeze it. I use this baby right here. Obviously, you take it and you squeeze everything out. So this is a great tool to have. I always like a nice mallet because you want to tenderize your meats and everything. But I like this one right here. It's not too big, not too heavy, but it does the job. All right, you don't want things splattering. You got the flat side. Okay, you don't want to leave marks. Then you got this side, but it's going to tear up your flesh most likely. But it's a great tenderizer and everything for all your meats and stuff. Okay, like that, we're going to get washed. All right. I got some tools here people may not know. This is a needle with like a big tailor's needle. This is called a truss. They don't really use them too much anymore. I don't really use it too much anymore because I found a better way to tie a chicken. All right, but what you do is you put your butcher's twine in here and literally kind of sew through a chicken, and you go through the sides using this truss, in order to tie it up and roast it. Another thing that the French like to do with this, um, they like to make grill marks with this on your food, like steaks and fish and stuff like that. What they'll do is they'll with your tongs, you'll put it a over a flame. It gets red hot like a branding iron, and then you place it on, and you sear and you brand whatever it is with this for that mark. All right. Okay, I'm getting tired here. All right, this is another item. When you have tomatoes or anything that needs to get that little core out, this is a great item to have. It's a tomato core. So this would dig in. You could use this for strawberries. This could dig in and remove that core out of your tomato. It makes it a lot easier. You don't have to hurt yourself with a knife trying to turn it. This does it right here. You can get these anywhere. It's a great item, very inexpensive to have. Okay, next I have this little doohickey right here, and if you notice it has multiple blades. All right, this is what I use on strawberries, pickles, anything I want to slice and fan out. Okay, basically. So what happens is these blades go into the item, like strawberries, let's say, but you don't go all the way to the top, so that you're able to fan out the particular thing to make it look nice. So that's what that's called. We have here, this has been in my family for generations. You make French fries. You know the French fries that have a little rigid or ruffle cut? This is what you would use for that. All right. Shears are very important when you want to shear chicken. You want to cut chicken up. These shears, food shears I've had since cooking school. So I have that. Melon. These are important for a lot of different. You can use this to actually core an apple if you had to, and obviously for melons and different types of artistic things you want to do in the garde manger area. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, what else we got here? We got a zester. Okay, there's two different types of zesters. One I had to learn on, which was this one right here. This is an old zester. And if you notice, there's like holes over there. So these things you would place like this on the orange or the lemon or the lime and go down, and then these little strips would come out the holes. Then you would dice them up and everything like that. Very time consuming. And sometimes you can't get them that thin. So they have a new thing now, they call it the plane. This you could actually grate cheese with. You could do whatever you want. You could get the zest. You get a ton of zest off of it. It's a great item to have. This is a zester or a plane is what they call it. It's a good product. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? We got. Take a minute here. Let's see what people say. Taz says she has a great rack. Okay, great. Take a picture of it. Let me see what it looks like for your cooking stuff here. Okay. It says here, Joan Crumpy, off camera, do you wear gloves when you handle meat? It seems like a good idea to keep your hands clean when making meatballs, etc. Yes, I prefer to wear gloves as a chef in professional kitchens. I always wear gloves. I don't like to touch raw meat. Even before I knew it wasn't, even before I knew it was a healthy thing to do to wear gloves. So you get some of these chefs on TV, they don't wear the gloves, and I never understood that. Like if you watch Food Network, and that bothers the hell out of me. But I will always wear gloves if I can, if I have them, especially with chicken, when I want to make meatloaf, anything like that, because I don't want to get my hands dirty. It's just a pain in the neck. If I have to handle something, I'm going to get all that on that particular product. Even if I handle a spice or an herb, that whole jar is going to get whatever I have on my hands. So yes, definitely try and keep a box of gloves and use it whenever you can when you're touching anything, meat, when you want to mix something, anything like that. But don't cross-contaminate. If you're using the gloves for meat and you're going on to salad, take those gloves off and then put some more gloves on for salad. So you always got to be careful of that. Okay. It says here. It says here. I don't know. Taz is making multiple. I will send you one when quarantine's over. Okay, Taz. I guess that's it. Alright, got that. Alright, so last but not least, a couple of other items here. I have an apple corer that I use, which can do pears and apples, which is important when you want to make apple pies and stuff. This was one particular tool when I went to French Culinary. French Culinary, when you want to separate eggs, they make you use your hands, getting back to gloves. But they make you take the glove off and use your hand and let the egg white slip through your fingers where you have the yolk left in your palm. I personally didn't like doing that. I didn't like it at all, but they made me do it. So my mom, I was telling my mother, and she was laughing. So she went to, like, I don't know, a dollar store or something like that, or through a friend with Tupperware, and got me an egg separator, which is a lot easier because you can just put the egg in there and it'll separate. If you notice through the sides, they'll come through. So I was using this at the cooking school. My teacher went ballistic on me. This one chef, he went crazy on me. He told me to get rid of it, that's not the way chefs do it. So he took it like this, and he goes, what is this for, you know? And he just made fun of me, and I'll never forget that. But you know what? He's not around. I'll use my egg separator when I want to use my egg separator. But while you're there, you have to go, like, when in Rome, do as the Romans do when you go to cooking school. So I had that. Then there's one item, actually it's been in my family for years. It's kind of a weird looking thing. Nobody knew really what it was for. And I saw it, and I was going to cooking school, and it really intrigued me a lot. So I finally found out when you husk corn, there is like these little stringy things in between the what do they call them, the niblets or whatever. But this will actually, because they have 4 little points right here, they have all these different points. You run it through the corn, the ear of corn, and it'll remove all that stringy stuff from there. So this is a kind of a neat little thing, neat little part of history. It's probably about 40 or 50 years old, but I like keeping it. Like how sometimes guys keep their tools or whatever. A long time ago, like I have my grandfather's tools when he was doing mason work on the Rockefeller estate back in the early 1900s. And I always kept his cement tools because some people like them, and they make great. If you have a man cave, it's great to have that. And some people even collect them; they're antiques. So I do that with some kitchen stuff like that. I'll do it with this, and then that. Now, also, this is from the 50s right here. If you have a bar, I don't know if anybody remembers this from the 50s, but this is your actual ice crusher. Okay, you would have your ice, then you would use this to chip it away right there, which is kind of neat. This is definitely from the 50s. This was belonged to my father. Okay, wine. I'm not really the type of wine guy that uses that. I prefer to use this right here when I open up wine. It has everything you need. It has the knife to remove the label. It has the thing to give you leverage, and the screw right here. So I like to use that. All right. Okay. 10 more minutes, folks. So this is what we're going to do. I hope you enjoyed most of that, but the other part we need to get into is my baking tools and toys. Now, I have a mat that I roll out dough in, and I have a wooden rolling pin, a French type one. I don't know where that is, so I couldn't really show you. But I have here my little bakery box right here. To start off, we have our spreaders. Okay, this obviously would be for larger spreading for cakes, things like that. You always want to I always like the bent ones, okay, as opposed to a straight one. The bent one is nice because it's easier on your hands, and you could do a lot of easy spreading and be more artistic with it. I have smaller versions like for cupcakes and stuff. Here's a nice little bent one, bent spatula like that, and then this is the straight one right here. This is great. I use these, obviously I use them more for like Also buttering my toast and cream cheese spreads like that. But and if I do the tea sandwiches, it's great to have these types because you can spread all your material on the bread and then make your tea sandwiches with that. Okay, this little item, I melt chocolate. This little item helps me make truffles. Okay, I kind of scoop it out, then I round out, and I make my truffles like this. Another good tool to have with baking and stuff is this little scoop. It looks big, but it's very small. You use this when you want to make cookies. So perfect cookies, you scoop out the dough, and then you put it on. You can round it, or you just put it onto the tray, and you'll have perfect cookies. And you can do little scoops of butter, things like that. Okay. It says here the oldest book I have is dated 1810. Wow. Joan Croppiesha has the French fry cutter. I'm sure you probably got that from your mother or something like that, like I did. All right, so now I got my little baking supply box here. All right, when I went to cookie school, we used to have a pastry, what they called I guess like a pastry bag, they used to call it, where it was made of a, certain type of material, and you would stuff whatever you're going to be piping in there, which is great, but it's not very good for. You could probably collect a lot of germs. You got to always get it washed and everything. So the nice thing about today is you can get these pastry bags at the store, and they're plastic. They're disposable, and I love it. This is great. See, I have all my pastry bags right here, and as I need them, I just take them right off the thing, and I use it for piping. If you want to do cannolis, if you want to do cupcakes, you want to do little designs on your cake, I got them right here, and they come in different sizes as well. So this is great. That's what I use. All right, next we got here. What do I have here? Again, here's another pastry bag box I got right here. All right, I have here. This is a great tool. You'll always see bakers use this. This is called a bench scraper. Okay, this is great when you do breads or anything because you can always scoop off the dough that's stuck on your your bench that you're using to do your doughs and stuff. So this is great. And you know what this is good for? Chopped salads. You can use it for chopping salads as well. So this is called the bench scraper. I love it whenever I do baking or anything like that. It's just a great item to have. You could do your herbs too with this, which is really good. All right. What else we got here? I have here, this is what you use when you make pies, okay? This it gives you the design on the pies. If you want to make raviolis, you could do your pasta, lay it out, and then you could seal it with this, and this gives it a nice little design. So it's what they call a pie cutter. I love that. That's another good item. Okay, what else we got here? This is my little thing I keep all my different things. See, I have here my little tips for my pastry bags. I have a nice star tip, and then I have a nice little round tip right here. Okay, what I do, that's all I need. Actually, you can get bigger star tips if you want. Okay, and then also I have this cute little grater. And you know what you use this for? If any of you have nutmeg already ground in your closet, shame on you. What you want to do is you want to get a fresh nutmeg, and whenever you need it, you just grate it with this. Okay? You put your nutmeg in that, or you could actually use that plain too. But I like using this when I do nutmeg. I like to grate it with that. So that's great. Okay. And when you ever make cakes, if you ever wonder when you see a cake, how it has those ridges on the side and you don't know how it happened or anything like that, well, this is a neat little tool I picked up at a supply store. It's a comb, a cake comb, that's what they call it. See all the ridges on there? So depending on how many ridges, how large you want, usually they do cakes on that, on a rotating type of dish. And what you do is you just do that and you rotate your cake around, and it'll make the ridges into the frosting, which is a great thing to have. All right, what else? Coming towards the end, folks. towards the end. All right. I have here this little round thing. Now you get a bigger one when you want to make cannoli shells. Usually you would wrap the pastry around this if it was bigger, and you would deep fry it on it. But this one is for tuiles. Tuile. If you ever had like cappuccino, they put like a wafer type cookie, like that looks like a stick. This is what you could use to make that. So it's called a tuile rod. Okay, tuile rod. That. What else? Okay, I have another pie. This is a little larger. I have another pie cutter. Put this back. That. All right, we're almost done. Coming to the end now. Coming to the end. All right. I have what's called molds. Okay, I have heart molds right here in all different sizes, and you can also cut it down like a cookie cutter. If I want to shape food into a heart, I would use this. That's called. You could get. I prefer ring molds. I don't have the ring molds. Those are the ones that you could do more with food. Okay, and then you have your. I have some cookie cutters here that I use when I want to do sandwiches, like tea sandwiches or just regular cookies. Ones I prefer. I have like little star-shaped ones. I have a Christmas tree one for Christmas. I do have a gingerbread mold somewhere, cookie cutter somewhere, but I have no idea where it is right now. All right, winding it up. Everyone that has a KitchenAid, I hope you know what each particular head is used for. This one, again, shame on you if you use this for cake mixes or if you're making cakes. This is a whip. What it's good for is whipping potatoes. It's for whipped cream. Okay, anything that needs to be whipped, you would use this. Meringues, okay, anything like that. When you want for mixing cookie mixes and cake mixes, you use this. This is the paddle. Okay, and what's nice about the paddle, this one is sometimes they're usually nothing, they're solid. But this one, everything goes through here, and the paddle mixes everything like that. So you're going to use the paddle for that. And then when you make bread, you're going to use the hook, the dough hook. Okay, so that eventually all that flour and everything all comes together, and it creates a ball around this hook. And then you just take it off, and it clings to that. And that's what you would use. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to go any further. I think we're done. I hope you guys thought this was interesting. I know I'm running out of things to do, but that would probably conclude what you see here as far as my stuff is concerned, especially my kitchen things. So next time, think of something you want to cook, other things, anything I can help you guys out with. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll sing next time, or if you want to hear stories of my past, you want to talk about TV shows, you want to talk about movies, I'm game for anything. All right, so I'm going to wish everybody a great day. It looks nice here in Long Island. I hope it's nice where you are. Be safe. May God bless. And I'll see you Tuesday. I might make cannolis. Someone had requested cannolis. We could try that. Or do something else, maybe tiramisu, some kind of dessert. All right, so take care and have a good day, everyone. I hope this was helpful. And sorry it wasn't too funny. All right, bye.